Hey, Melinda Haynes, license number 102308. So what is grounding? So in my last video, I talked about the five senses and how we can, use them to come back to the here and now, and how five senses are used in grounding. But I wanted to go over that in a little bit more detail for those of you who maybe haven't heard this technique before. And it's really cool to work with kids. So if you have kiddos, after you learn this, you can take, this activity and teach your kiddos, and they can learn to calm themselves down as well. And with them, what I do is I like to have them trace their hand on a piece of paper and then write, on each of the fingers, the words or a picture of the five senses. Okay, and so then they have a visual reminder. When they get upset, they can try to do that. And I'll post some other techniques on how to help kids calm down too, because a lot of our kids, our today's society is like so chaotic, and a lot of our kids are experiencing increased anxiety lately. So a lot of my time I spend working with kiddos, just even trying to get them to de-escalate, to learn how to self-regulate and calm down when they can. And of course, a piece of that is bringing the parent in and helping the parent to internalize, or help the kid internalize it through what the parent does. So parents are really important to come in and do this. So that's my spiel on if you have kids. Anyways, five senses. So you know what the five senses are, right? The sight, the hearing, the smelling, tasting, and touch. So what we do is we take one of them, pick your favorite. Let's say your favorite is visual. So we see something. So what you would do is you would pick one thing in the room, and it could be anything. It could be the curtains. It could be like some kind of pattern on the wall. How where you have the wall and it's like textured, with the whatever they put on there, plaster or something, I don't know. So anyways, it could be that. It could be maybe a picture that you've drawn, or a picture that you like that's hanging in your house, or the office, or wherever you are. And you just look at that and you study it. And you don't just look at it like, that's nice, it's a picture, or those are great curtains. You look at it to kind of soak it in. So you look at the curtains and you think about, the color of the curtains. You notice like any patterns or designs that are in the curtains, and you just fully appreciate the curtains just for a minute or two. And then you can move to your next sense. And your next sense might be hearing. Okay, so then you just say, okay, real quietly, you're listening, what do I hear? And you're going to notice things that maybe you didn't notice before, like the humming of the fan, or traffic out kind of far in the distance. You might hear somebody talking or laughing in the other room. Just those it's almost like white noise that we don't notice throughout the day. You're going to notice it now. And so you're going to be in that here and now moment. So you do that for all of your five senses. And while you're doing that, you're breathing, of course. Breathing is very important for us, because when we go into fight or flight, that part of the brain, the base part back here, that fight or flight, that triggers us. And it can be a real or just an imagined or thought about threat. When we do that, our body is getting ready to fight or flight, right? So the oxygen doesn't go to our brain anymore. It goes to our muscles, because our muscles need to fight or run. And so when we breathe, when we slow our breath down and breathe deeply, what we're doing is we're reminding our brain, we're getting oxygen to our brain, first of all, and we're reminding this fight or flight thing that got triggered. We're just saying, thank you, fight or flight. Thank you for watching out for me, but it's okay now. It's okay. We're okay. All right, so that's another way to do that. But I don't know if you want to go through all that. Like if you're maybe at the office, people are going to start thinking you're weird. But you can do the whole five senses thing, quietly. You can kind of just like hold the back of your head there and remember that fight or flight part of your brain. Just do it quietly. And that'll give you some tools and some skills to help you calm down when you're starting to feel stressed. And you don't want to wait. You don't want to wait until you're like in a full-blown panic attack to try these things. You want to catch it when you notice it coming on. And we notice it when it's coming on, right? We can kind of get that little twitchy like feel. We know. And so what we do is we catch it ahead of time. We do these skills, do these activities, and then calm ourselves down. Then we can get back to what we were doing before, and it didn't sidetrack our whole day because we took a hold of it. So that's the basis for grounding. Don't forget to teach your kids. And there's this really cool, it's a cube. Like, you know, when you roll the dice, it's a cube, and it has like on each face, there's one of the senses. And you can print it out, you fold it all up, and then you can, like, well, you probably want to laminate it first, but you can play the five senses game by rolling this dice. And so you could do that with your kiddos to teach them the basics of grounding. So that's another thing. I'm going to try to find that because I've seen it before. It's really cool. I want to find the link. I'm going to put it in the description. So anyways, post your comments and don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate you for watching. Thank you.